Hi everyone, it is a pleasure again to talk to you this very day, Sunday being another weekend. I'm speaking to you from Ziara Health 24. If you have been following our videos, following our Facebook page, we are all about empowering the health of the communities. We empower the access to the right healthcare at the right time and by the right professional or personnel. On our last video clip, we were talking about healthy living and nutrition, and we did talk a lot of very important issues that are revolving around healthy nutrition. And just as we recap of what we are talking about in our last video clip, we all agree that our health is wealth. And when health is wealth, is the first responsibility that you have and I have to take care of so that everything gets well. And we say that a simple mistake will mess everything about our well-being. And when our well-being is messed up, then everything just go higher wire. Now, in our last video clip on healthy living and lifestyle, if you remember very well, we tackled health and we said health is defined as the physical and mental well-being of a person. That's our basic definition of health, as we said last time. Then we move to what determines healthiness. Three determinants of health. We talked about nutrition, also hygiene, and lifestyle. And we said lifestyle is the social and the physical activities that we get involved in on daily basis. Now today we're going to not move into another topic of hygiene, but we are going to tackle still on nutrition. We are still on nutrition, those that are listening to me, those are following me actively. And on nutrition, we talked also about the constituents of balanced nutrition. We mentioned proteins, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, and minerals. We also listed examples of the proteins, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, and minerals. It is very important we remind ourselves. I know most of us, this is not new to us because we have been taught in the primary level, or maybe we have been acquainted with this information about basic proteins. We know about eggs, we know about the ugali and what have you, the carbohydrate. There's so much, but it's also important not to assume, because we need to keep updated of all these foods that we can get these nutrients from. Now, as we start today, our presentation today, as we tackle about our health, our nutrition, I encourage you to be attentive as possible. Now, when we are not careful to be responsible for our health, then we must also be responsible to pay for the consequences. I know the consequences at times nobody wishes for them. Nobody likes the hospital. Nobody wants to be bedridden to the hospital. But you see, the body will call for it. Now it is up to me and you to have the right information that will help us to best manage our health. Because when we best manage our health, we get the best results from our health. And that's why I'm saying that when we are not careful to be responsible for our own health, then what most people fear ultimately comes in knocking. Nobody likes being bedridden, let me tell you, or spending bills on hospitals. But I rather say, before I move on to buy the fancy clothes and to put on the clothes which is a basic need, why should I put on clothes on a dying body? I need to know my body. I need to know my status. When did I last have a checkup on my sugars? How is my weight? How is my blood pressure? You know, all these questions, they ring into our minds, but majorly they ring at the moments that you can barely do nothing but be a friend or a frequent visitor of the hospital or the health facility. Now, we can avoid all these challenges, all these callings to always be within the hospital every time. We can avoid it by the little things we do every single day, from the time you wake up, the time you how you spend your day, when you go to bed. There are so many little things that do add up to eventually come to contribute to a good health. Now start by getting to know about your status. Make it a schedule this new year, make it a priority, because we say 3 outpatient visits within a year works a long way to prevent the inpatients, admissions, and being bedridden, because you're gonna know in the right time, gonna have the right diagnosis, and then you can have a good or a wonderful plan on how to tackle it to restore health. Now today we're gonna be very brief as well, because we want to feed you with a lot of information. We're gonna talk about nutritional excesses and also nutritional deficiencies, because there have to be the exact proportions, or the proportions that are reasonable for the foods that we consume. Now let's start that diets that are high in fats and carbohydrates actually lead to obesity. I see, you know the fats, we say that they're storage foods. I know the carbohydrates, we listed them. So we're saying that the diets that are high in fats and carbohydrates eventually will lead to obesity. And obesity in turn gives rise to health complications like number one, hypertension, number two, diabetes, number three, heart problems, number four, bone and joint problems, and number five, liver disease. You see? So excessive consumption of this we call convenient or fast food, such as French fries, or we call it chips, or beef burgers, pizza. You see, the list is quite long. They are convenience foods. Yes, they're good. They save us time. At times they become handy enough, but always check on their balances, because they are not advised, for they contain high amounts of fats and cholesterol. I hope that one I'm very clear. Now I'm also going to talk about nutritional deficiency. So it means that I am taking the proportions of these nutrients, yes, but on lower amounts. Now these are results from inadequate intake of nutrients. For example, this one I know is quite common, because we have known all about kwashiorkor, we have heard about it. So if we take less protein in our diets, less protein leads to kwashiorkor. Less carbohydrates leads to what? Marasmus. Then also we have the vitamins. We say that vitamins are nutrients, but they are very, very, very important for the absorption. Okay, so we say that if you limit your vitamins, vitamins A, the less vitamin A causes trachoma, or we call it also causes keratitis. And also we have C, the lack of vitamin C. Enough vitamin C causes what we call scurvy. And also we have the vitamin E. When you have got deficiency of vitamin E, then they'll be having cell destruction. When you have deficiency of vitamin D, most of us know we get it from the sunlight. Also, we talk about that day another day. So lack of enough vitamin D causes rickets. Lack of vitamin K causes bleeding disorders. This is a topic that we'll also handle in the future when we get time. Then we also have to know that the vitamin K is very important, especially for us ladies, and even for us men, because you never know, at times we have got injuries that bleed. Now let's go to the minerals. Now also minerals are very important. For example, lack of enough calcium causes poor bone growth. That's number one. Lack of enough iron causes something called anemia. The lack of zinc causes poor wound healing. Now, if you have been following us from the first clip on healthy living and nutrition, it is very clear that what we eat directly impacts our health. And that's why I continuously encourage you, take time. Let us not treat our health casually. Our health is the first wealth that we have. As we look forward to enter into 2026 by the grace of God, our prayer is that this year, let it be a year that we are actively involved in our own health and also managing the health of our families. Also get acquainted with the health facilities around you, depending on where you are coming from, depending on the city you are living in. Get to know the health facilities around, get to know the insurance cards they accept, because if you are in Kenya and you have the SHA insurance, then you'd be able to get quite a number of these medical checkups, which will be very, very important. Also be acquainted, we get to know the kind of medical camps, because most of them are free of charge, that Ziara Health 24 have organized. Continue following us on our Facebook page and also on our YouTube channel. You can also give us a call, you can email us, because Ziara 24, we are here to empower healthy communities. Karibu Ziara Health, take care of your loved ones, take care of yourself, because remember, We say your health is your wealth. It starts with me, it also starts with you, and with all of us. We wish you merry festive season as we take care of our health, because I know we are a winning generation. Because our health, God has given us the authority and the power of it by the information that we have given you today.